So making kind of a biggish loop, I'm gonna put it around your sacrum with the buckle in the front, and then making a figure 8. Yeah, so I've got it here, and then I'm gonna make a figure 8 with it and put it around my feet. And then you can tie the belt to bring the feet closer to you. Okay, so it looks like this in the front. Yeah, so it's like there's a cross in the front. And buckle somewhere so that you can adjust it. And then lying down. Of course, having some support for the thighs is a good idea too. And making sure the belt is down low. So it's in the sacrum, not the lower. Yeah. So daar waar we vanaf to start. Okay, did we all get the belt? So it's a better way of the use of the belt than just without that figure 8, I find. So make sure that, Amanda, you put something for the head, so your chin is down lower than the forehead, to help your thinking brain to relax. And the bolster should start at the rib cage, so that the low back is free to move down. And just make sure that you are in a straight line, that the chin is down lower than the forehead. That you're on the center of the back of the head. When you close the eyes from top to bottom, looking down from the thinking brain towards the heart center, in the middle of the chest. And just taking a few breaths through the chest. See how you are and what changes when you do that, when you breathe through the chest. Allow the face to be completely soft, widening the space between the eyebrows as if you want to smooth any frowning wrinkles. Soften the eyelids and let the eyes move down away from the eyelids, as if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And feeling the contact you have between the back body and the floor, head to feet and feet to head, feeling all the touch points between the back body and the floor and the bolster. The whole plane of the body on the floor at once. As you breathe out, allow the abdomen to be completely soft. Bringing all your awareness to your breath, and without trying to change it in any way, just feel how the breath moves the body, where the skin moves as you breathe, where the skin touches the cloth on top as you breathe. So with each breath that you take, imagine as if you are smelling a beautiful a rose, and you really want to get the fragrance of it. Being completely present in the body. That's how you get the most out of your practice. And if at times the mind wanders and it goes into the future or the past in some memory or another, just gently bring it back to the breath without judging. All right, and now slowly preparing to come out of this. So bringing your knees together. Roll yourself to the right side. And we are going to go into Supta Virasana. So you've got the same setup, the bolster, blanket, kneeling up. Make sure that you pull the flesh of each knee from behind and the back of the heels. And then you've got a belt around your thighs to keep them parallel. Don't have it too tight, but just parallel thigh bones, and then back into Supta Virasana. When you go back, so that you kind of pull yourself out of the legs, so you don't just like, yeah, so you're elongating the spine as you go down. Allowing yourself settle. Then taking the arms up and over. Folding the arms one way and another. And if you need any more height or whatever extras you need for yourself, make sure that you get it so that you're comfortable. Yeah, so make sure there is a gap for the buttocks to go down, and then the bolster supports the rib cage. And as soon as you're there, just again bring your awareness to your breath. And noticing how different the breath is now. How much more centralized it is. So again, yeah, you need some thing for the, no, not there. Amanda, that's not a good idea. That won't be good for your low back. If you pull the bolster away from you more so that there's gap and then go down. And if you, whatever you have for the head, if you could fold it to make it a little higher for the head so that the chin can go down. Yeah, just let yourself settle there. And Mary, you gave up on that one. She wants me to leave her alone. Just because just to say, if something is difficult, uncomfortable, we don't give up on it, right? But we modify things in whatever different ways we can work with the poses, and eventually it will get easier. This is your rare opportunity to really stretch the quadriceps, and they love it. They love the stretch. They just take longer to let go because they are so conditioned to be contracted the whole time. So you notice that the breath is kind of more centralized in this pose. It's kind of like a shape of a trunk of a tree in the center of the body. And if you haven't yet, you can take your arms over. So first you can extend the arms, keeping them straight. You can have palms facing each other. Extend, yeah, take your arms all the way over. And noticing how that affects the breath. And then folding the arms if you haven't done so yet. And if you have, to make sure that you change the sides as well. Change the fold. One more minute or so. Okay, and then take your arms back up and back to your sides. And then slowly prepare to come up. Lifting yourself up. And we shall prepare for dog pose. You can stretch your legs first. Yeah, so all on all fours and then stretching one leg and the other. Go until the knees are completely straight, pulling up the knees. now, so have two blocks against the wall. So this is kind of a good way to do it without the rope. So of course, if we had the rope, we would be hanging off the rope. And there are other ways. This morning I did it in the class with a power, but you can also do it with a chair. All right, so the bricks are the width of the chair. And then the chair legs sit on the bucket. So the bucket of the chair is up. Yeah, so the bottom, the seat of the chair is down. And good thing to have something for the head. So either a bolster or a blanket here. And you've got the chair in the hip crease. And from there, walking the hands down the side of the chair, taking the feet back, kicking the hands forward, and the head down. For me, because I have long spine, so I end up with the two fingers against the wall, so hands are turning out. But it all depends on the length of your spine. All right, so resting Adho Mukha Svanasana. After this, you're going to walk your feet forward so that your legs are now perpendicular, lengthening through the front body, and then down into the Uttanasana. All right, so those two poses now. And if you need some blanket for the top of the chair, if that hurts you, you can have something there. Of course, I don't really feel like I need it, but if you do use that something. Yeah, so the chair, the top of the chair is helping you to lift the hips up and back, to pull the hips back, to create space in the abdomen. And so that you can relax then. So Karma, see if you can take it. It's a dog pose. Yeah, so first it's a dog pose. So see if you can bring your feet back more. And have you got those blocks for the chair? If it's at the wall, it's too close to the wall. That's why we use the bricks. Yeah, so did you see the way I had it? 2 blocks, then 2 bricks on top. And again, just be with the breath, be present. The more present you are, the more you get out of the practice. The more rested you will be, the more re-energized you will be. So at first, as you breathe and see if you need to activate the legs a little more, pulling up the knees. Yeah, so the legs need to be reasonably firm, lifting the buttocks up and back. As you breathe out, see where you need to let go around the upper body, the upper back, shoulders, upper arms, back of the neck, letting go. So Liam, first it's a dog pose, so you're kind of already in Uttanasana. Step your feet back if you can. So we are in this pose, and the next few, we are pacifying the brain. Yeah, we are trying to relax the brain. As you breathe into your back and just see how the breath, where the breath goes. And again, remember, as you are breathing in as if you are smelling a beautiful rose, and you really want to get all the fragrance. And just see, feel, experiment, see where the breath goes, and if you make little changes, little movements, where the breath changes also. Are there any dark places where the breath doesn't go? Can you encourage it there? All right, and now from there, so keeping the chair as it is in your hip crease. As you walk your feet forward, keeping the feet hip width apart. So the chair comes up more, and then coming more towards the forward bend, Uttanasana. Lengthen, so first you can push the sides of the chair with the hands to lengthen, to remind yourself that the spine is long, elongated, and then resting down, resting the head down. Noticing how the breath slows down in this pose. There it's cooling, calming. Remember, it's the one to do when you're stressed, when you're anxious. It really calms you down. All right, and then slowly you can prepare to come up slowly so you don't get dizzy. And watch this. So usually in this stage in the sequence, you'll be hanging upside down in the ropes. But since you don't have them, I have 5 blocks here on top of each other. You can also use, if you just have 4 or 3 and put some bricks between, just to, you've got to kind of experiment with how much height you need. And then I have a blanket on top. And then I'm going to come back into Uttanasana. Yeah, and I want to have such height for the head so that the arms can be straight. And I know that you won't all do it, this is optional, but you could possibly come up. And this is handstand, but it's really a headstand. Yeah, it's like imagine that the top of the block is the floor. And okay, the arms are going down, but it's kind of more like a headstand, relaxing. You think I'm having a laugh? Anyway, just do, if that's too much, you can just do the first one. Yes, you can find some. So going a little lower into your forward bend. So the trick is to get the height right. Yeah. So that when the arms are straight by the side of your blocks, that your head is, the crown of the head is supported. The blocks are lengthways, not widthways. I guess you could also use a bolster if you, whatever height, whatever you have to make the height. Okay. And then see just if you can swing one leg followed by the other once the head is down. You've got to walk your feet in well, so that you don't have far to go. And then off you go. Yeah, you give yourself a little kick, lean on the other leg. It has to be higher. It has to be a bit higher, Mary. Because, yeah, I don't know if you could, yeah, so that when you are in the forward bend, that your crown is touching the support. Careful there, Bernie. So, yeah, don't, make sure she doesn't kick you. Oh, very good. Now, are you on the crown of the head, Michelle? Yeah, and then pressing the hands down and just lifting, and it should be reasonably relaxing. Yeah, you can. It's a way to do it. You can stay in this for quite a long time without any strain. Now, who's gonna help you, Bernie? The wrists, I know. But there isn't actually a lot of weight on them. If you have enough height, so the head is resting. There isn't a lot of weight on your hands, actually. So if you just push it, yeah, okay, good, well done. So Liam, how did you get up? No, okay. Yeah. Oh, well done, Bernie. Anyway. Okay, so if you're down, then you can just relax. Okay, so now we are going to do the Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. Back bend the 2 chairs. So you want to have a mount on the chair, on one chair, so you have some friction. If you don't have 2 chairs, I hope that it doesn't matter what kind of chair it is, just get your feet onto something. You could even leave your feet, it's not as easy, but you could have the feet on the wall. It's better if you have something underneath. All right, so I put the chairs behind each other. And then I want to make this a little higher. So I'm going to put 2 blocks where the feet will be, because I want the feet just slightly higher than my pelvis. Yeah, just it's easier for the low back. And then, so sitting on the edge, taking the feet up. Yeah, straighten the legs. And you want the head supported. And you want the lower tips of the shoulder blades on the edge. And then finding a place for the hands where the chest is relaxed. Yeah, so kind of it's not, you don't want to look like this, because that's tense. You kind of want to lower the hands so that the elbows are relaxed. Go for it. Marian, the chair needs to be the other way around. Yeah, and it's good that the other one is a little hard. That's good. Don't have it too far away though, because you want the feet on that other chair. And then is your bolster ready? Yeah. And I don't see over your head, but see that the neck is not overextending. Yeah, so it's not kind of, the head is not too far back. But you should be on the crown of the head, so it's not the shoulder stand. Yeah, it's the head is supported, not the shoulders. Yeah, it's the bolster riem should be for the head, not the shoulders. You know, so you're a bit too far out. You need to come up a little bit. Because shoulder stand is coming, but it's a different pose. This is a back bend, supported. No, still you need to come up more. And yeah, I get it. It might take a while to figure it out, but it's worth playing around with it. because it feels really good, that big openness in the chest. And then so see where you need to bring your hands to allow the side chest to be completely relaxed. The arms, the elbows are relaxed. It's better to hold the chair. And just be with the breath, feeling how the breath moves you. Yeah, so I don't know if there is a wall behind you, Lynn, but if you can take your feet through the chair a little more. So it's the lower dips of the shoulder blades that are kind of on the edge of the chair, so you're not too far down. So shoulders should not be on the bolster, it's only the head. Are the arms relaxed, Michelle? Can you bring your chin down a little bit more? You can hold it, but just in a relaxed way. Yeah, so elbows are slightly bent. And just be with the breath. Allow the breath to become longer, to become a little deeper as you breathe out, breathing from the chest down into the abdomen, the lower abdomen. And then with the breath in from the abdomen up into the chest. Remember the analogy of the house. Your trunk is your house, your breath is your guest. And all you are doing is opening the doors to show the breath around, show your guest around your house. And it might kind of feel uncomfortable at the start, but with the breath, it becomes comfortable. Can you get to that stage? Iyengar, when he was towards the end of his life, he was still doing extreme back bends, supported, and he would be staying in it for half an hour, hanging over chairs in different ways. And really finding that effortlessness in effort, so that you get to a state of feeling like you are doing Shavasana, even if you're in a back bend. So your face is like in Shavasana. Just maybe a couple of minutes longer.
Martina, thank you. I'm going to have to leave and I'll finish off tomorrow.
Okay, Carmel, enjoy your time with your grandchildren.
Thank you. Good night, everybody, and a good summer.
All right, so now preparing to come out. So don't just come up like this, but bend your knees and bring your feet to the floor first. And once the feet are grounded, then it will be easier for the lower back. So pulling at the side of the chair and coming up without twisting. And just sit up for a moment. Let yourself get back to normal. Good. So now we prepare for shoulder stand with the chair. Yes, so just one chair. So you want to have a rolled up mat. On the edge. Don't have the chair too close to the wall. But if your feet end up on the wall, that's not a bad thing. Just don't have it too close. Something like this is good. I have a blanket here for the backs of the legs and then bolster for the shoulders. And sitting sideways and sitting in front of that mat first with the legs wide. Then taking the knees to the top of the chair and then lie down. Getting down slowly onto the shoulders, arm and bolster. Taking the arms to the inside, finding, see if you can find the bottom bar of the back of the chair, if you put the chair with 2 bars at the back. Or also you can hold the sides with palms facing each other. Okay? And so after a few minutes, we are going to do Baddha Konasana. And then taking the knees together, bringing yourselves into Viparita Karani. Okay, to come down, remember to take your feet to the top of the chair, then arms come up, and then slide it back. Okay. Yeah, so hooking yourself with the knees and then you go down. You don't have far to go. So once the shoulders are on the bolster, then take your arms to the inside of the chair, reaching for the bar, but hold it though, Amanda, with the palms facing up. And there is another bar underneath, if you can reach it. That's it. So Marianne, you need to take your knees on top of the chair, over the chair, not, yeah. And is your bolster ready? It needs to be near the chair. It needs to be right at the chair, like mine. Yeah. And I don't know what you have on top. Take it away. You only need the bolster. You don't need all that stuff there. Definitely not blocks. That would be very hard for you. Just the bolster, but very near the chair, because you won't reach that far with the shoulders. Even close, as far as the front legs of the chair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Michelle, then keep going until the shoulders are down. Yeah, so the bolster is good now, but the legs have to come over the top of the chair. Marianne, over the top. So you're kind of hooking yourself there. And then slowly, in a controlled way, lowering down. Yeah, don't be afraid, just go straight down. Don't try to go away, but go straight down. You need to go down lower with the shoulders, taking the chin into, you're gonna end up with the shoulders on the bolster. Yeah, keep going, nearly there, yeah, a little lower down. You need to take your buttocks to the edge of the chair more. The buttocks need to come out, otherwise you won't reach. Yeah, very good, well done. And then bring your arms through the inside of the chair if you can. Reaching back. Reach back with the arms. If that's too far, you can hold the side, that's okay, but as long as you're not feeling like you're falling down, it should be comfortable. Chin in, so it's a shoulder stand, it's not a headstand. Now straight legs, lean. Feet are hip width apart, but the legs are straight. And just completely, again, be present with the breath, feeling how the breath is now. It's a very cleansing kind of breath now. Moving deep into your chest, deep into your lungs. So can you get to a state of relaxation as if you were doing Shavasana? While still keeping some sort of tone in your legs so that your legs remain straight, but letting go of all unnecessary tension in the body. Keep trying to find that effortlessness, effortless effort. Stay there, stay still, another 2 minutes before we do the variations. Okay, so now let's do the Baddha Konasana. Bringing the soles of the feet together on top of the chair. Let the knees go out to the sides. Enjoying that spaciousness in the abdomen. Letting the abdominal organs move away from the pelvic floor. All right, from there, bringing your knees together. Keep your sacrum down on your roll and lift the legs up into Viparita Karani. But only do one at a time to make sure that you keep your balance. Yeah, one followed by the other. And so with the legs straight up towards the ceiling. And feel that the abdomen is soft and relaxed. So Marianne, the legs need to come up higher so that your abdomen can relax. So legs, feet up higher away from the wall. Up higher with the feet. And even more. All right, and then you can take your legs to the first position. Over the back of the chair. See how that feels now. The last few moments. And then bending your knees, take your feet to the top of the chair. Once the feet are there, then you can take your arms out of the chair. Once the arms are out, then begin to slide back until the buttocks are on your bolster. And just resting there for a moment. Feeling how you are after this. There's a lot to feel there. All the release around the chest, the shoulders. All right, and then you can bend your knees up more, roll to the side. And I want to show you a supported bridge a little differently. So it's kind of much higher. So using the chair for the backs of the legs. And then I have two bricks kind of making a T. All right? And not everybody needs it, but for me, I found that having some kind of blanket over is a good thing to keep. Yeah, so I have some padding for my back, and then you want to have some support for the shoulders. So if you have, not sure if you have two blankets, you could use a raised mat as well. So something like that for underneath the shoulders. Have a look. What I mean. Okay, so I've got my feet on the seat of the chair. I've got the T shape already. And I'm gonna lift myself up, slide it under. So you want the brick to be under the sacrum. And then can you relax flat on the chair, and the shoulders are supported with some blanket. Okay, give it a go. So it's kind of a much higher support bridge. Normally we do it on a bolster. Usually. Yeah, so this looks like this underneath the sacrum. One flat brick with the other on top. And I just threw a blanket over it to make it softer for me, for the sacrum. We haven't done it like this before, so let me see how you manage. Once you get it right, it's actually very nice. All right, so starting with the feet on the chair and then lifting yourself up and taking then slide in the bricks underneath. That might be too high with that blanket there, Amanda. Maybe try without, it might not hurt you. And then once you're there and straighten the legs, the shoulders need that support in this. They need some kind of anchoring. And then bringing the arms to the sides. And just breathing. So it's very beneficial for you. So this is a pose where that you would kind of drop into from shoulder stand. Yeah? But we are doing it in a relaxed way. Yeah, you've got to, Marianne, you have to bend your knees, bring your feet to the seat of the chair, to the edge, and then lift yourself up much higher to take, to bring the support underneath you. And if it's too high, so just have one break, because you're shorter, so if it's too high, the two, just have one. Yeah, good, doing well. And just be with the breath, even though it may feel like a big stretch, big opening, just be with the breath. Slow, slow, smooth, long, deep breath. And and then the body will get used to it. All right, and then slowly preparing to come out. Bend your knees one at a time. Press the feet down to lift your buttocks up, taking the bricks away. And then slowly coming back down. So before we do relaxation, we're just going to do a tiny bit of breath work as well. But before that, I would like you to do a prone twist. Okay, so just have a bolster. Right, so you're sitting behind your bolster and bending the knees, taking the feet on top of one another. So you're going to be turning to the right first. Just let me quickly remind you what this is, lifting, and then so lowering yourself down towards the bolster. You want to support yourself with your right hand, and then looking to the right side, to the side where you're going to, and then lengthening through your left arm until you are down, and then relaxing both arms. Okay. Okay, so let me start with you from the beginning. So bending your knees up. You're going to take your right foot to the outside of the left hip and the left foot on top of the right. And then turning the abdomen towards the bolster, pressing your right hand down, lifting and turning to the right side. Look to the right as well to help you. And then from there, keep looking to the right as you lengthen forward through your left arm until you come down to the bolster. And then once you're there, you just relax in both arms. And just breathe in. Just feeling how the breath is around your back. And letting go, so you're positioning yourself in the twist, in quite a big twist, spinal twist. And all you've got to do there is letting go. So with the breath out, how much can you let go of the tension in the spine? You might feel some clicks, some cavitations. If there is an intention there on the shoulders, let it go. Neck, an tension in the neck, let it go. Okay, and then on your breath in, you can bring yourselves back to sitting and prepare for the other side. So you can just move the legs to the other leg, so you're still facing towards me. And then bending the knees up, taking your left foot to the outside of the right hip, and then the right foot on top of the left foot. So your thighs are beside each other. Yes, the weight is going down to your left hip now, that's okay. Inhaling, lengthening through the front, and as you exhale, turning to the left side, lifting, turning, and then support yourself with your left fingers as you lengthen forward through your right arm, look to your right side, left side as you go down. until the head is all the way to the bolster, and then relaxing both arms. And letting go. And it's interesting, you might see that the sides feel completely different. All right, and then as you inhale, you can come back to center, untwist, just stretch the legs in front of you to come to an even position. And we are going to do Shavasana. And I would like you to have some support for the spine, so have a bolster. Blanket for the head. And so when you're lying down, you're sitting in front of the bolster, leaving some space here for the low back. So lying down with the spine supported, with the head on the blanket, straightening the legs, tucking the shoulders under, chin is down lower than the forehead. And we are just going to do a couple of deep, long breaths. And then finishing with Brahmari, Pranayama, just the bumblebee. So you're going to take a breath in, and then just do humming sound. Taking a deep breath in, and again humming on your breath out. It's very relaxing. Other people in the house might think that you go mad, but I don't want that. You don't know what they're missing. So just let yourself settle, see that you are centered on the bolster with the chin down lower than the forehead, palms facing up to the ceiling, shoulders are tucked well under. And just letting go. You've been letting go all along, so this should be natural now. Mary, you look a bit crooked to me from this side. Yeah, and the bolster is only supporting the ribs. Okay. Yeah. And really, it would be good to have a little more support for the head. I don't know if you could fold up what you have there underneath, so that your chin is a little lower down. But yeah. Okay, so after your next breath out, as you take a breath in, just real conscious, slow breath, as if you're, again, trying to smell a beautiful rose. And then, if there is a little pause after you breathe in, that's fine, don't force it. And when you're ready to exhale, then exhaling from the chest all the way down to the abdomen. And then again, taking a deep breath in from the abdomen up into the chest. If at any stage you feel like you just want to breathe normally, then please do. Yeah. Making sure always that your throat, your jaws, your fingers, your toes are relaxed, so your nervous system is in a relaxed state. And then after your next breath in, we are going to do the humming sound. So just taking a deeper breath in, then again, and just really feeling or listening to the sound and feeling the vibration of the sound in the body. It's very relaxing, this. I would love to hear you. So I just hope you are doing it. And after your next humming, next breath out, you can keep going if you want to, or you can just completely relax for a few more minutes. I'm going to leave you with this and hope you have a great summer. And I shall see you in a few weeks in September. And you have a library of lots of videos if you are looking for some inspiration. So good night, everyone, and see you all soon.